Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. Here in this video, I am going to discuss complete mathematical formulas from Excel. So these are the mathematical formulas, not going to discuss all, but I will discuss whatever the number of formulas we need for data analysis purpose. Definitely our motto is to discuss formulas related to data analysis. So I'm going to discuss formulas from maths and trigonometric. Basically trigonometric we don't need, but other functions definitely I will discuss one by one. Okay, so let's start. So if I go here and if I see there is something called absolute. Okay, so what is mean by absolute? I will tell you. If I enter the number in negative, okay, I have entered a number in negative, but still it is returning me a positive number, right? This is what an absolute number. This is what an absolute number. It will return you a positive integer number from negative number. If you enter positive, there is no issue. Definitely it is going to return you positive. But if you enter negative number, if you add negative sign here, it is again going to return you a positive number. This is how absolute function works. Okay, let me add one more and I will write function's name here on the top of that so that it will be easy to track. Trigonometric we don't need. There is function called aggregate. Okay, if I have a values, okay, what I will do, I will select some sort of data 1 2 3 11. Okay, so I will select some sample data from this whatever the data set I have from that, and I will enter values. And what I will do, I don't need these details. Okay, customer name I don't need country, city, state I don't need. Okay, region and all I will keep. So I will keep my these many data sets in my, for my reference. Okay, Control Z. So these two columns should be in date format, so I am converting that also. So let me create this table by pressing Control T. Now we are going to use our formulas. So we were almost to see average function, right? Or no, it was not average. Like there is something called, okay, aggregate. Aggregate is not required. Okay, average we definitely required. So if we use average, right? So average function, if we use, and if you want to see the average of these cells, you have to pass that cell as a argument or range as an argument. So it will return you the average of that specific cell. Let me say average of this. I want to convert this back to my original format. So I will say range. Okay, this is what converted into the range. So now here you are able to see the range. Okay, next formula is there is something called base. Okay, which is used to convert. Actually, base is base. So let's say we have numbers in decimal system, so we can say that numbers are with a base 10. If you want to convert any number, let's say I have a 10 number, and if you want to convert this number into the binary, base formula can be used. Okay, and you have to select the decimal number, then radix is nothing but you have to enter the binary. For binary you have to enter 2. For like decimal you have to enter radix as a 10, like this. Okay, and if you enter, so this will return you the binary number. So this is how base is used to convert your number from one system or decimal system to binary, then octal system, right? Like this number systems are there. Whatever the number systems, you can try to convert that hexagonal. If you pass 16, so it will convert that into the hex system. Okay, and this is what my E. So this is how it is going, base formula is going to work. Then next is selling dot math. So selling dot math. Okay, and similarly we have another formula called round up. Okay, so what I will do, I will say is equal to, let's say if I have a number here like 100.123 or 127, something like this. What I will do, I will go here, I will say is equal to, and selling dot math. Here, what I will do, I will select the number and nothing. I don't need to select anything. I have to hit the enter. So what it will do, selling is nothing but like a round up, right? So it will up the number to next or nearest integer number, right? So this is what also possible using round up. Let me select the same number. We will get round. Okay, something is missing there. So number of decimals in case of round up formula, you have to mention. I don't need any decimals, so I will say 0. So this is how it works. Next formula is base. We have seen. Okay, other I don't need to say. Then okay, so E1 is function used to return a even number, which is nearest one. You can try that by your own, no issues. Mod is something that we used to find out the remainder. Okay, so after performing division, we are getting something called quotient and mod remainder. So remainder is given by mod, and quotient is given by quotient. Maybe q. Okay, quotient, right? So this is what the formula we need to use. So let me QU and quotient. Okay, and here you have to pass the numerator. I will say numerator is 11, denominator is 5. So what is my quotient? So quotient will be 2, right? You can imagine how this calculation works. If you don't know, you need to study on your maths concept. Then next is mod. Mod is going to return me a reminder. Okay, I will say if we divide 11 by 5, we will get reminder as a 1, definitely. So this is what given by mod. In math formula, we have other formulas called factorial also. If you want to find the factorial, okay, factorial of any numbers, you can find. You not E here, I supposed to use O here, quotient. Okay, then factorial we were discussing. So I will say fact. So fact, and if you hit the enter, and if I say enter, if I enter the 5, it will return me the factorial of that number. How to calculate the factorial number? Let's say you have to calculate the factorial of number 5. So what it will do, all the numbers from 5 to 1, 3 to 1. Okay, so from starting from 1 to that specified number, you have to take the product and you will get a factorial. Similarly, we can do the product also. Okay, if you have a numbers like 1, 2, or 3, 2, 4, and if you want the product of these numbers, you can use the product. So what you can do, you can select product formula and you can select the range. It will return you the product of those numbers. Similarly, we have many formulas related to mathematical operations. There is something called power. Okay, so power we can use. Quotient we have seen. Then RAND between we can use. So let me add power here. Then RAND and RAND bit. Okay, between. So these are the formulas. Definitely power you can understand. Square, cube, fourth power, fifth power of any number you can calculate by using power function. You have to say power of 2 or second power of 2. So it's like a square. If you want fifth power of 2, you can get that also. So this is how you can use the power. RAND function is something that function is going to return you the value between 0 to 1. Any value between 0 to 1, we don't know what it is going to return. And RAND between function is going to return you the values between the specified values between. Okay, so if I say 40 and 100, so it will return me values, any values between 40 and 100. Like RAND, we were getting the values between 0 to 1. This is how it is going to work. Then I would like to discuss more about, okay, RAND between. We have seen round up, down. We have seen round up. Okay, similarly there is something called round down, so I will say round down. And very similar formula to round down is floor dot math. Okay, so these two formulas, what this will do, that if I say round down, okay, round down, if I say this number comma number of decimals are 0, it will down the number to nearest integer number. Similarly, floor.math will do the same. I will say floor.math. I will say this number and it hit the enter. It obviously it is very similar performing or similar output to the round down. There is something called a round formula. Okay, let's see how we can use the round or when to use round. So basically you have to pass the number here round, and the number which you are going to pass is the same one. Okay, arguments are required. Okay, 0, I don't want decimals. So here you are able to see that round is by default going to down the number. Why? Because this value is not greater than 0.5. If I make the changes and if I increase the value greater than 0.5, after 100 you will get a next integer value like 101. So this is how round formula works. Okay, power, ready, and run between round, all we have discussed. Now I would like to discuss square root. We can find square root of any number using square root. Then we have to see some ifs, like this formulas. So I will say some, okay, some if and some ifs, right? So let's see these formulas on our actual data sheet so that it will be easy to learn this. Okay, sum, simply you can take the sum of any range. I will take the total sum of cells. So this is what my total sum of cells. But what I want, see now next time what I want a sum of cells for category technology only, right? So this is my categorical column category, and here we have something called technology. So I want a sum for technology only. So in that case, what I can do, I can use sum ifs. Okay, so sum if is going to give you the condition based sum of cells or whatever the column you will select. So what at very first place, it asks you for to select the range. You have to select the range of categorical column. Out of that, what criteria you have to enter. So I will say technology. Okay, technology, I will say I will. And after that, okay, once we mention the criteria, we have to select the range from which we need a sum. Definitely this is what giving me the sum for technology. Okay, let's do this manually, how we can get this. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here in column M and I will select only technology. Okay, and if I go here and if I check the sum, which is equal to 38060,640, am I getting the same value? Yes, here we are getting the same value. Now there is something called sum ifs. If you want to find the sum based on multiple conditions, yes, you are able to. Here syntax is little bit different than sum if. Okay, at very first place you have to select the range from which you have to take the sum. Okay, then it will ask you for the criteria. So I will go to technology, I will select first one, and criteria, I mean, once you select the range, you have to select the criteria. I will say technology. Okay, once my first criteria is done, you are supposed to select the second criteria range. I will select second criteria range from region column. Entire column I'm going to select. Okay, and here I will mention the name of region. So I want a sum for East region, right? This is how I have given two conditions. If there is a region for region is East and category is technology, then it should take the sum. And this is what giving me the sum of 1, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5. Let's do this manually, right? What do we need to do? We need to filter the data. If I go and if I enter, okay, then country. Okay, I don't want to do for it country. Okay, I want to do it for central. So what I have selected East region and technology. That is what we given in the condition. So here you are able to see that 133, 425 is the our final value. Is it not same, right? Yes, it is same, right? So this is how we can use the sum formula. Then we have a few more formulas related to count. Okay, if we only use the count function only counts numbers. Okay, so if I say count and if I pass any categorical column, it is not giving you the count. Why? Because there is no value. So if I change this m2, right, if I change this m2 to p2, and if I enter, it says that there is a 5009 values, right? And what we have, so it has given the next formula of count A. Count A is basically used to count any type of value. Okay, so earlier it was counting for the numbers only, but now we are able to get the count for categorical also by using count A. Then if you want to count the blanks, so you can use count blank also. Count blank also, what you need to do, use equal to count blank. Okay, and if I pass the range, okay, hit the enter, it will say that 9 blank columns are selected. If is there any empty, then it will add, otherwise it is not going to add. So blank cell count you can take directly by using count blank. Then there is something called count if, and one more formula is there, count ifs, right? So you can use this formula also, like sum if and sum ifs. So how to use? Okay, let me see count ifs. So here it will ask you for the count. I wanted to see the count of technologies in categorical column. So I will select the range. I will select the range and I will pass here technology as a criteria. So technology. Okay, and enter. You will get a count of technology word. I mean, how many times technologies exist? Let me verify once again. I don't need furniture. Okay, I supposed to select technology, and here if I take a count, it is giving me the 864 where cursor is my. I'm highlighting that value using cursor. Then we have a count if value. If you want a count based on multiple condition, definitely you can use count ifs. I will select what I will select. I will select first range. Then I will add a condition as a technology. Okay, you can choose anything other. Then I will select the region. Okay, I don't want to mention region here. Definitely we supposed to select a range here. I have selected range and I will enter the region called East here. Okay, we are able to get the count of rows on the basis of multiple conditions using count E. Okay, let me see if anything remaining from count. So count A, count X. Okay. So everything with respect to mathematical formulas I have discussed. These are the very important formulas with respect to study Excel for data analysis. I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.